Hello class 9. How are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine. Students, your vacation time's over. Now your study time is coming because you know that your first term examinations are coming. So you will start to hard work for your exams, because some of the students have not submitting their work on time, they have not completed their work, and they have not seen the videos also. This is my advice: you will see the videos and you will complete your work on time. Students, as you know that in this first term examination, chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 will come, and chapter number 5 related to the programs which we have started in my previous video. Now we will continue that chapter in this video also. In my previous video I have explained you the programs based on the assignment statement. Today I will explain you the program based on the function arguments. We will use the same program which we are doing by the assignment statement. Here in this video I will also explain you the errors and the exceptions which we are finding when we are executing our programs. Now we will continue the programs which are based on the function arguments. Let's start. Today I will explain you the errors which we are finding when we are executing our programs. There are 3 types of error. I will explain them, and we will do the programs based on the function argument. In my previous video we have done the programs which are using assignment statement, but here in this program we will use function argument. Let's start. First I will explain you the errors. Errors are the unusual situations when we are executing our program. That time there are some mistakes in our program we will find. That type of unusual mistakes and unusual actions, that is known as the errors. There are 3 types of errors. First is compile error or syntax error, and second runtime error, and third is logical error. First I will explain you compile errors, compile time errors or syntax error. These errors are errors which prevents the code from compiling because of errors in the syntax, such as missing a semicolon at the end of a statement or due to missing braces. When we are making our program, that time we have not used the semicolon sign, that is also known as terminator sign, and we have missed the braces also, open braces and open curly braces and closing curly braces also, class not found, etc. These are the known as the syntax error, compile time errors. These errors will be detected by Java compiler and display the error onto the screen while compiling the programs. Now second is runtime error. These errors are error which occurs when the program is running. Runtime errors are not detected by Java compiler. Runtime error cannot be detected by the Java compiler. Java compiler only find the compile time errors. It will not find the runtime errors. It is the JVM means Java Virtual Machine, which detect it while the program is running. This type of error, runtime error, finding by the JVM. The third is logical errors. These errors are due to the mistakes made by the programmers. It will not be detected by a compiler or not by the JVM. Error may be due to wrong ideas or concept used by a programmer while coding. When a programmer writing their coding, that time they have used wrong concept or wrong ideas, that known as the logical errors. Now exceptions. What is the exceptions? Exceptions and error are both the different things. So what is the exceptions? Exception is a runtime error which can be handled or prevented on and occurs during the execution of the program. Execution of the program is running of the program. Some exceptions can be detected by Java compiler while compiling and are called checked exceptions, while those detected during runtime by JVM. Some are used by, finding by the compiler and some are finding by the JVM. That is known as unchecked exceptions. The situations which are finding on the by the Java compiler, that is known as the checked exceptions, and the situation which are finding by the JVM, that is known as the unchecked exceptions. There are two types of exceptions in Java programs. First is built-in exceptions. There are the exceptions which are available in Java libraries. These exceptions are suitable to explain certain error situations. Java libraries means java.io, java.scanner, that is known as the Java libraries. So these are the built-in exceptions which are built by the computer only. Next is user-defined exception. User-defined exception means which are the exceptions which are defined by the users, means programmers. Sometimes the built-in exception in Java are not able to finding that type of. This is known as the user, and these are the finding by the user, that is known as the user-defined exceptions. Now write a program in Java. Now we will writing the program by using the function argument. I am explaining that type of program which we have used as assignment statement. That program we will do by the function argument. First program, write a program in Java to find the sum and average of three numbers by using function argument. Here we will take three numbers and then we will find the sum and average of that three numbers. First first we will write the message as sample programs, then import java.util.star, then terminator, then we will write the class name, public class sum underscore average, because we are finding a sum and average in this program, curly bracket. Now public static void main. In that assignment statement we are writing public static void main string args, but here we will in function argument, the difference between, we will write in brackets, in place of string arguments we will write the three numbers here, int a comma int b comma int c, because we are taking three numbers, so that we will writing these three numbers because we are using function argument here, so that we will write three numbers here in place of string arguments. Now curly bracket start. Here we will find sum and average, so that we will take int sum is equal to 0 because we don't know the sum, and sum we will take int. Why? Because we are taking these number in integer form without decimal. But average we are taking in double. Why? Because when we will divide the numbers by 3, because we are taking three numbers, so that we will divide the sum by the 3, so that when we will dividing any number, that will come in decimal form also, so that we will take in double AVG. It is also 0.0 because we don't know the average. Now first we will write the formula for sum. Sum is equal to a plus b plus c, then terminator. Then we will write the formula of average. Average formula is sum divided by the 3. Why 3? Because there we are taking three numbers, so that we will divide it by the 3. Now we will find the display the result. System, this is used for displaying the result. System out println, and this is the message. Message we will write in double quotes. The sum of three numbers is equal to, then sum is stored in sum, so that we will print here plus sum here. Same way we will print the average, then average is stored here, so that we will print that variable plus AVG. we will print the variable, because in some variable there are stored the sum of three numbers. In AVG variable they are stored the average of that three numbers, so that we will print this variable here. Then 2 times we have opened here, so that we will close 2 times here. Hope you all understood. Now we will write the variable description of this program. Variable description: name, then data type, then function. First name is A. We have taken A, first number. This is data type int, first number. B int, second number. C int, this is third number. Now sum, this is also integer form, and this is used for sum of three numbers. AVG, it is in double because we are dividing this number, so that double, then average of three numbers. Hope you all understood this program. Now we will do next program. Write a program in Java to find the product, quotient and modulus of two numbers by using function argument. Here we will also use function argument. Same way, first we will write the message, then first line. In each and every program, same: import java.util.start, then terminator. After that, public class, we are finding product, then quotient and modulus, so that we will write like this: curly bracket start, public static void main. In place of string args we will write, because we are taking two numbers, so that I am writing two numbers here, int a comma int b. Here we will not assign the value of a and b. Now curly bracket int product, because when we will multiply two numbers, that will come in integer form, then quotient also come in integer form, and modulus also come in integer form. We don't know, so that we will assign that equal to 0, 0, 0. Now we will write the formula of product. Product means we will multiply two numbers. So PRO is equal to A multiply B. This is A multiply B. Then quotient is equal to A divided, this is the division sign, A divided by B. And modulus A, this is the modulus sign, this is not the percentage sign, this is the modulus sign. In computer it is used for modulus, to finding the remainder. Now modulus A divided by B. Now we will print, first we will print product, so that product of two number, that will store in variable pro, so that we will print plus pro here. Then for quotient we have taken QUO, so quotient will print here. And modulus means remainder will come in this form, so that MOD we have taken. Now 2 times bracket close, so that we will close 2 times here. Now we will write the variable description: name, data type and function. In each and every program we will use name, data type and function. A int, this is first number. B int, this is second number. Now pro, this is also int, product of two numbers means we will multiply the two numbers. QUO int, quotient of two numbers. MOD int, remainder or modulus of two numbers. Student, hope you all understood this program. Now we will do next program. This is also using by function arguments. Write a program in Java to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle by using function argument. Same way, a sample program, then import java util public class area and perimeter we are taking, so that area underscore perimeter. Then public static void main, here we want length and breadth, so that we will take int L for length, int B for breadth. Now curly bracket. Now we will, when we are taking these int, so that answer will also come in int, so that int AR for area is equal to 0, PR for perimeter, so that we will take variable AR for area and PER for perimeter. Now we will write the formula of area of rectangle. What is the formula of area? Length into breadth. So we have taken AR is equal to L into B, L for length and B for breadth. Now perimeter formula 2 multiply length plus breadth, so that we will put the formula 2 multiply then bracket L for length plus B for breadth, then bracket close, then terminator. Now we will display, so for display we will write system out println the area of rectangle is equal to, it will store in AR variable, so that we will print plus AR here. Then we will print the perimeter of rectangle. It will store in variable PER, so that we will print variable PER here. Now we will close 2 times bracket here. Then we will write the variable description. Variable description: name, data type and function. L, length, this is int, and length of the rectangle. B, this is also int. Breadth of rectangle. AR, int. Area of rectangle. And PER, int. Perimeter of rectangle. Hope you all understood. Now one more program we will do. This is the program related to simple interest and amount by using function argument. Same way we will write import Java, then public class simple interest and amount, because we are finding simple interest and amount here. Then curly bracket start, public static void main. Here we want principal, rate and time, so that we have taken variable P for principal, R for rate and T for time. So all in integer form, so that I have taken int P, int R and int T. Then curly bracket. Now we will find the SI in double. Why? Because we will divide by the 100, so that we will take in double. If SI will come in double, then amount also come in double, so that we have taken simple interest for SI and AMT for amount in double. Now SI, we will write the formula of simple interest, that is P multiply R multiply T and divided by the 100. This is the formula of simple interest, as you all have knows about this formula. Now we will write the amount formula. AMT is equal to P principal plus simple interest. Then we will print the simple interest is equal to plus SI and amount is equal to plus AMT. 2 times we will close the bracket. After that we will write the variable descriptions. Variable description is name, data type and function. P integer form principal, R integer rate, T integer, this is used for time, SI this will be double and this is used for simple interest, AMT this is also double and this is used for to finding the amount. Student, hope you all understood these programs. Now you will do all these program in your computer notebook, and the program which I will give you, that will also you will do in computer notebook. Most of the students are not submitting their homework, home assignments. This is my advice: you submit your home assignment on time, because you will get marks also on your assignment. That is the internal assessment for your exams also. So you will complete this program and you will write each and every program in your computer notebook. Complete your work on time and submit your work on time. If you have any problem, you can ask me through mail. Again and again I am repeating, if you have any problem, you can ask me through mail. But complete your work on time, because your first term examinations are coming. So this is my advice: start to hard work for your examinations to get good marks. Thank you.